Hello traders, John at StockBookie.com. Today we're looking at Nvidia, AMD, and Tesla. We follow the daily, weekly, monthly time frames. We use technical analysis here at StockBookie.com. If you like these videos, go to my website, sign up, it's free, or click down here in the bottom right hand corner and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Traders, if you're looking for a new broker, check out cobratrading.com/promo/StockBookie. The best in the business. Been using these guys for years. If you're an active trader, check out cobratrading.com. You won't be disappointed. So let's get into Nvidia. Daily chart, 4.5 million on the day. 0.94% up, or $2.03 green. Had a great day on Friday, a half day going into the big shopping weekend of the year, and Nvidia is holding up without a problem. We did get higher above this trend line. This was a big one. Came back, retested it, popped up on some news, I believe. Came back, kind of stalling out. We've been doing this for the last 9-10 days sideways. Still above the 20, the 50, and the 200. Still in a good stance, guys. So this one could go higher. I want to see on the daily close above the 220 area. Then we can see 220, 250, 225. 227.50, then 230, but I want to see it close above the 220 area before we do any more upside action on this one, and I want to see more volume than the 4.5. I want to see a good push through this area and a close with some follow through on the next day with a nice close, not just another reversal coming in, but I want to see some follow through on these upside moves with volume, period. Weekly chart starting to get a little bit extended from the 20 MA at 182.29. This is at 216.96 close, so this is getting a little bit extended, and you can see where this thing's going to. I mean, guys, we had a move from 5/8/2017 from 102 to 216, over 100% in about 6 months. Unhealthy, guys. This is like the .com. And remember when the .coms fell, they all will come in eventually. This will be a market trade. Understand what a market trade is, guys. Markets continue to grind higher through the December, the holiday, the Santa Claus rally. This can go high. If the markets are going to pull back, this will pull back with the markets, period. I don't care what stock it is, what name it is. The markets pull back, these will come in, especially when on the monthly you're extended from the 20 MA, and I talk about these. This is at 111.68. This thing's at 216. This will eventually go down. It's just the stock of the year, all the hype. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months up into a key area, the 200, 225. Let's see if this thing can pull back. Just tighten the stops. That's all I'm saying, guys, on this one. If you're long, awesome trade. Hold on to that. But if you got the 100, 200% gain and you're not pulling profits and waiting for a pullback and doing it again, not my problem. So just watch out for these high-flying stocks, guys. These can be a disaster when they come in. Just like AAOI. We all know what happened to that one. Not that this company's that AAOI, but that was another one that just kept going and going and going, and everyone was hyped, and next thing you know, they pulled the plug and brought it in. So Nvidia, guys, hey, hats off to this thing. Nice run. Just be careful at this point, especially if the markets are pulling back. I would expect at least 200 and then one in the 180s, and ultimately on the daily, 150 could be your price target, or wherever the 20 MA is. All right, let's get into AMD. AMD, we haven't done a video on this in a couple weeks, so let's see if we can take a look at this one. I don't think it's been going anywhere. Yeah, see, we talked about this. It dropped. We talked about this bearish pattern here. We popped it up. They popped it up on news again, guys. This is the daily chart. We did have, what did we have? We only had 10 million on Friday. 0.9% up, penny up, so no big deal. But, you know, we talked about this. Even here, popped up, came right in, bearish pattern. Popped it up one more time, couldn't keep it above that 1426 area, and then they dropped it right back down. Now it's going sideways again, still below the 200 and the 50, back above the 20, so it's not terrible. But man, this down sideways pattern, and now you're popped up trying to get everybody on board again, and they dropped it right back in. This is down and sideways again. This is a bearish pattern below these two moving averages. As long as it stays above the 20, it's okay. But let's see what this thing can do. If we just, do we just go sideways? See how the volume's disappearing now? We had some pretty good volume on earnings. Now it's dropping. All they need, guys, is more news, maybe an upgrade to get this thing higher. For me, AMD, I'm going to wait for the $10 area gap fill, maybe to go long. If the markets are coming in, I still think we could go to the this gap fill here at 868, and then possibly down in here around the $8, 828 level. So watch for this area down in here. This thing's looking a little bit weak. We shorted this one here, took the profit, and we never just great trading vehicle. I just can't. I mean, it pops up $2, $3, up, down, up, down. I just can't follow this one, And I've been calling it pretty good. We called it bearish here. Inside bar comes up, retraces to the big pivot here, and then boom on earnings. But on earnings, it could have easily went up as well. This time it came in. So I'm waiting for lower prices. I'd love to go long because you will get by the dip in this stock, but guys, just be careful if you're long. It's in a weak stance right now and easily could go to $10 or fill this gap at 10, say 14 or so. So watch for that. Let's go to the weekly. Weekly, in my opinion, is even looking worse. We talked about this inside bar. Got above it, never confirmed. Got above it again, never confirmed. Came right back in, got above it again, never confirmed again. So this big red bar, this is what's holding it down, as well as these guys here. These two red bars, retrace, big red bar. A lot of sellers came in here and a lot of people got stuck up here. So every time it comes back up, you get a lot of people who are stuck here. They just become sellers and this goes right back down. Even on the weekly chart, you're below the 20 and the 50. And let me tell you guys, a lot of times these big red 200 moving averages, these are targets, and this one's at 582. Not that it's going to $5 or $6 or $7. You know what? I wouldn't rule it out. I still like this area here for a bounce, 835. But if we come down here straight down off a bearish pattern, if we go 3-4 more weeks sideways below these MAs, I think we're definitely going to 10, then to 8, and then whatever this 200 MA is. It could be at 6, 657. That's what I'm watching on this one. If we do hit the 200 MA, I will be a buyer down here. But I got to see how it comes down into this area. And then again, just like the high flyers, this will be a low flyer down in here, extended from the 20 MA on the weekly. That will give it a better chance of it to bounce. So let's keep an eye on this one. If you're long, just tighten those stops up. And if you're short, just hang on. If it gives a little pop, you could probably add more. If it gets above these moving averages, then you got to tighten that stop if you're short. And this will be the big area though right here. This trend line there. If you could get above that and keep going, then you're probably going to the 15 area. So downside 10 to 8, upside you got to get above the moving averages here, and then possibly to the 1348, 1427, and then here. But right now we're kind of in that middle range where it could go up or down right now, but it's setting up to go lower unless some news comes out. You know how it goes, guys, with the news on these stocks. And then the monthly has good support at 10. Right there with the two moving averages crossing. So that's another thing. If we get below that, man, holy cow, we can easily go down to that $6 level. This is huge. If the 988 area breaks and can't make it happen with support, then you better tighten those stops and look out below. Again, upside, you got to get above this trend line, 1427, then you'll probably go here. Downside, if the $10 area cracks, look out below. So be careful with AMD, guys. Either way, I have no position in this one, so I could care less. Just giving you my technical advice on this one for up and down action. Now, Tesla, guys, this was an interesting one. We got caught in a short on this one, and we finally covered it, the whole trade, and this was the best one because, where was it? So it came up here, we took another trade, then it fell down here, came in, head faked, and then came in. We took half off here. I think it was 294. Popped back up. We shorted again here at 316. We covered half again at 303, 304. It popped again. We shorted on this was a great fade. This was epic. We shorted again here, covered half, and then covered the complete trade here. So even though we were in this thing since I think it was May, right in here, and just got killed on this move, we held strong, came right back in. We were at even here again. It was like, oh my gosh, we're making a little bit of money, and we held again, went up in our face, and then went up in our face again. And I knew this thing could go to 400 with the hype, and then it came right back in and took it there. That's why I was telling everyone, guys, take profits right here. Take profits, take profits. Everyone laughed, going up. Bookie, you told us to take profits. And I said, well, here, let's go back. I told everyone to take profits here because when this thing ran from 182 to 300, if you're not taking profits in here, you have to. You're a moron if you don't. Sorry, that's just the case. And then when it went up, everyone, you're wrong, you're wrong, and then it came right back in. It was like, well, if you weren't starting, I was telling take profits, because then at 350, take profits. 375, take profits, guys. So it comes right back in, pops up. Well, this is how the stock is. 100-point moves, no problem, up and down. Now, if this pattern starts to play out, guys, this is a weak pattern. Below the 50 and the 200, you're still above the 20, but this is down and sideways here, guys. So let's keep an eye on this. The only way this thing can go higher, you need to get it back above the moving averages, and you need to get back above, let's see here. This would be the area, the 350 area. If you can't get above the 350 or get above this trend line here, right there, 350 I'm going to say, then this stock's going to have a problem. So let's keep an eye on this one in the next couple weeks. I'm sure Elon's going to pump it up. There'll be some upgrades in the stock. It's a great trading vehicle, guys. We trade this one a lot. Now that I'm out of my swing, we'll look at some other trades on this, and hopefully we get another pop. We can enter it again with a short, and then boom. If it drops, then we'll be looking for lower entry prices, maybe the 270. I love this area down here, guys, the 240 to the 229, 231 area. Let's go to the weekly chart on this one. So again, great trading. We went short so many times. Short here, short here, short. Look at this. Goes up, makes a high pivot, comes back in. You got to short that thing again. Get your 50, 50, 30, whatever bucks out of this. Pops up again, same thing. Pops up again, same thing. This is the one where it caught us. But again, if you're going from 180 into the 300, that's why I was telling everyone, take profits, take profits. Holy cow, you got a great trade. This thing goes up. Look at this. So if you would have held for the next couple of months, this thing went nowhere, and right back down. So if you sold around even 315, 320, 330, you could have bought back at 290. Yeah, it takes a couple months, but who cares? If this thing starts to drop, this is my area right here, 230, 243. Gosh, that would be a dream area for a buy, guys. You even have this low pivot, but if this area cracks, you better step aside. This thing's going right back to these lows and then to this low. So right now it's not terrible, but this inside bar right here retraced 100% to this top, and then they slammed it. So that's why it was so important here, guys, when I was telling everybody to take profits, take profits. Yeah, it was a little early, but again, what I was looking at, which people don't explain, because they were all making, well, StockBookie told everyone to sell right here. Yeah, because if you took it from 180 to 300, why wouldn't you sell? Hello? Pops, drops, pops, drops. Here we are again. I wouldn't doubt it if we're back here. And then now, if you would have sold at 330, 320, 310, it comes back to here, you look like a genius. So anyways, my short's over on this one. Thank the Lord, because this one was a brutal one, guys. We were upside down, I don't know, 50, 60 bucks on this one. But again, if you're taking 10% positions of your total portfolio, you're not getting whooped. So, and that's the biggest thing with us, money management here at StockBookie.com. So Tesla, guys, just be careful with this one. We are holding this on the weekly, the 50 MA. If this weekly starts to go, or if this starts to go sideways and starts hugging this 50 MA, this thing could be setting up for the next drop. So bottom line, bulls, you got to get above the 20 MA or the 340, 350 area, then continue higher. If it stays down here in this lower range and these lower pivots and continue sideways, I believe this thing's setting up for lower prices. This is where I will be buying long, or do some calls, or even writing some puts and playing the decay. We'll see how this one works out. All right, guys, that's enough for today. Hopefully this is helping some of you NVIDIA guys, AMD guys, and Tesla guys out there. And again, just looking at the technicals and trying to make this trading thing easy. Guys, really appreciate you stopping by, watching my stuff. Don't forget to like the video, and right here you'll have a subscription thing. Just click on that, and we'll go from there. Again, guys, thanks for stopping by. Really do appreciate it. God bless. See you on the charts.